We're in the Ardennes countryside at a venue that hosted its first Grand Prix back in 1925. A historic track loved by drivers and fans alike. It is brilliant to be here. A warm welcome from the Belgian Grand Prix. 19 corners, 4.3 miles or 7 kilometres. There's over 100 metres of elevation change here, with long stretches of the lap spent flat out. Look out for the bus stop chicane. The final challenge before the temporary relief of the start-finish straight. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. World champion Max Verstappen starts from pole position, and it's Charles Leclerc in P2. Looking at the rest of today's grid, we have Antonelli, Russell, Yuki Tsunoda and Hamilton, Norris, Piastri, Lawson and Carlos Sainz, Alonso, Albon, Isaac Hadjar and Stroll, Gasly, Bortoleto, Esteban Ocon and Ollie Behrman, Hulkenberg and Jack Doohan. That's it then, it's time to go racing as we head down trackside for today's race. Well, we welcome you to the broadcast. It's going to be some race today. First of all, introductions. I'm Alex Shakes. Alongside me for this one, Anthony Davidson. Now, those final hours before a race, did you have a routine?
Well, for them, you've got your pre-race rituals that you go through. You see different drivers that, some have got their headphones on, they're listening to the music. Some drivers really absorb the energy from the crowd and they're there waving to them. Other drivers, they go within themselves. They chat to their engineers, absorbing that information, that vital information that you need to carry you through the race. And, those pre-race rituals are essential to making things systematic. We do a lot of Grand Prix in a season, and the more systematic you can be, the easier you are within that environment.
And we're underway for the formation lap here at Spa. The cars begin their lap around the circuit that rises and falls to the hills of the Ardennes forest. As always, the fans are here in their thousands and the atmosphere is incredible. We're almost ready to take the start of the race as the cars take their positions on the grid. Drivers and teams making their final preparations.
DRS now available. Antonelli's ahead of you. Time last lap, 1 minute 59.4. And gap to the car in front, 1.1 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are just 1 lap old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. Okay, there are 47 laps of fuel remaining. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. Nice move, good job. Good work, we're in P4. Our gap to first place, 5.0 seconds. Okay, Antonelli ahead. Okay, gap ahead, 2.2 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Russell behind, they're on fresh softs. Okay, your pit window opens in 9 laps time. And that's 42 laps to go. Job. That was the fastest lap of the race so far. Look out for a bit of understeer when trailing the car ahead. They're going to be giving off dirty air, which is going to affect our tyres, so try to get past. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. Some information on Doohan. They're retiring from the race. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 19.7 seconds. Okay, gap to the car in front, 7.7 seconds. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Piastri ahead, and the time last lap, 1:57.8. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 6 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. We're falling back by around 1.2 seconds a lap. Come on. Okay, you've taken damage to the side pods. Expect to feel a little bit more drag than normal. Safety car, no overtaking, reduce your pace. Keep your delta number positive as we form up. Right, drop your speed, our delta's too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Russell's ahead of you now. Time last lap, 1 minute 58.2. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. Okay, we're more or less into the pit window now. If you want fresh rubber during the safety car, we're ready for you. Right, you're closing in by around 1.4 seconds a lap. Confirmed. Okay, Sonoda's behind you, and the time last lap, 1:58.0. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. Remember, box this lap. Keep an eye on your distance and the speed limit line as you approach and make sure you don't speed. Right, Ollie's coming in for his stop. Up to speed now, let's get some heat into those tyres. Side pods have taken damage, you might start to pick up a little bit extra drag. Okay, be very careful, the floor's incurred massive damage. Okay, let's get ready to go racing again. The safety car is in this lap. When the field accelerates, remember there's no overtaking until the timing line. Safety car in this lap. Green flag. Gap to your teammate behind, 7.2 seconds. P6, you got P6. Okay, so gap to the leader, 3.9 seconds. Okay, that's Antonelli just ahead. Push hard. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh softs. Norris is behind you. They're on fresh mediums. Your pit window opens in 15 laps time. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. The floor is now critically damaged. DRS has been enabled. DRS is now enabled. Antonelli's behind you. Time last lap, 1 minute 59.9. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 3 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. The car behind has some damage to its front wing, but pace is currently unaffected. Use your overtake button more, it's time to utilise some of this energy, come on. Catching the car ahead by a couple of seconds a lap now, really good. The car behind started to drop back. There's a gap beginning to form, let's make the most of it. Okay, Russell's ahead. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 1.5 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 12 laps old. Okay, we think they've got 2 stops remaining. 2 stops remaining. And the time last lap, 1:57.2. You're gaining by 2 seconds a lap. Amazing. Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. That's Russell just ahead. Push for the position. Time last lap, 1:57.2. Okay, the gap is less than a second. Okay, they're on old softs. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by. 7.7 seconds. It's Verstappen ahead, and the time last lap, 1:54.7. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 7.7 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Their tyres are 5 laps old. We think they've got 1 more stop. Okay, so they're extending their advantage by 2 seconds a lap at the moment. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 12.8 seconds. They're on fresh softs. They're in 13th place. Time last lap, 1:58.6. Okay, you've got P3, well done. The distance to the leader, 12.0 seconds. Verstappen's ahead of you. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 9.4 seconds. They're on fresh softs. Norris behind. Less than a second separates you. They're on fresh mediums. You've got 11 laps until your pit window opens. Okay, 30 laps till the end now. Try to stay with them. They might make a mistake and we could still regain the position. Okay, so all of our tyre pressure data is currently reading 0. Assuming they still look inflated to you, we're going to guess that it's just a bad sensor. Shouldn't be anything to worry about. Gap to the car in front, 12.2 seconds. Good job, nice overtake. Okay, gap ahead, 13.8 seconds. Your pit window opens in 8 laps time. Verstappen ahead, and the time last lap, 1:55.9. Okay, gap to the car in front, 14.3 seconds. Okay, they're on old softs. Their tyres are 9 laps old. We think they've got one more stop. Come on, mate, we're dropping back by a second a lap. Tyre condition still looking good. Ollie's in the pits. Ollie in the pits now. Got a lot of spare energy, okay to use your overtake button. No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving. The gap to the car in front is less than 1 second now. Well done. Let's try and get past in the DRS zone. Gap to your teammate behind, 39.1 seconds. moment, the car behind is lapping faster than us by around a second a lap. Leclerc's taken the lead. We're approaching the pit window and you're going to be on mediums. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 6.4 seconds. You're in fourth position. Okay, gap to leader, 15.3 seconds. Norris just ahead, push for the position. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 6.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Okay, Hulkenberg's behind you now. They're on old mediums. Okay, your pit window opens next lap. You've got 20 laps left until the end. Okay, be aware, the grip levels are going to start falling away soon. Box, box, we're coming in this lap. Dropping a second a lap to the car behind. 1 second. We've got a lot of spare energy. Okay to use your overtake button. last lap, and remember the speed limit. We'll be penalised if we exceed it. Keep that in mind as you approach. Okay, off we go, back into the race. Perfect job from you and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross onto the track. Caution! Okay, clear. Car ahead's coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead now running medium tyres. Lando's ahead of you now. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 21.4 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 7.6 seconds. gap to the car in front, 11.0 seconds. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 19.3 seconds. Sonoda behind. Time last lap, 1 minute 55.9. They're on fresh mediums. Their tyres are 5 laps old. Right, Ollie's coming in for his stop. Okay, we need to push now. Use the overtake button for more power. Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Okay, gap ahead, 14.1 seconds. Okay, gap to the car in front, 19.3 seconds. Battery charge is high, let's use that overtake button a bit more. Gap to your teammate behind, 40.8 seconds. Okay, safety car deployed, safety car's been deployed. Watch your delta, make sure you keep it positive as we catch the pack. Okay, you've taken damage to the side pods, expect to feel a little bit more drag than normal. There's been some damage to the underbody, expect the car to feel some impact. Systems all looking good, head down. 14 laps of fuel left, 14 laps. Lando ahead, and the time last lap, 1:54.0. Okay, gap to the car ahead, 27.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Okay, their tyres are 7 laps old. Okay mate, this is not good, you're losing 3 seconds a lap. Good work, we're in P4. Norris just ahead, push for the position. Okay, here's the gap that we're trailing the car ahead by, 27.8 seconds. They're on fresh mediums. Hamilton's behind you now. They're on old mediums. Pit strategy complete. See these tyres through to the end now. Okay, we're into the last 10 laps now. Lando's ahead of you now. Okay, keep an eye on that gap ahead, please. 14.4 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 9 laps old. Time last lap, 2:06.8. Safety car in this lap. Safety car in this lap. Let's make sure those tyres are up to temperature, and remember, there's no overtaking until the timing line. Stay in position until the green flags. Okay, clear. No need to worry about the tyre condition for now, everything's looking good. Overtake button more, it's time to utilise some of this energy, come on. Right, we need to get past here, use overtake, use overtake. Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS. DRS is now online. Okay, so we're leading our teammate by 7.4 seconds. Leclerc ahead, and the time last lap, 1 minute 56.5. Okay, so gap to the car ahead, 1.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. Their tyres are 17 laps old. Okay, so you're gaining by 8 tenths, 8 tenths. that place back. Okay mate, this is the final lap of the race. Final lap. Okay, we've got 7 laps worth of fuel remaining.
Mega drive since yesterday. So awesome. Very happy for you guys, very happy for us.
Thank you for everything you've done to the team. We really enjoyed it.
Lando Norris has done it! Lando Norris takes the checkered flag.
You always look back at a race like this and think, if I'd just made that mistake there or locked up here, there would have been contact. And every one of those overtakes is a moment where you have to absolutely nail it, perfect it, and that's exactly what they're able to do today. Great stuff indeed.
It has been a day of drama, so much to unpack, but first of all, the rewards for the top three. And Lando Norris celebrates the win in style.